A succession of bank failures, a repeat of the 2008 crisis? What is happening in America? In the same week, 2 banks have gone bankrupt in the US. Thus, the 2008 crisis that shook the world is going to come again? The fear has arisen. Why did American banks go bankrupt? What is the country's central bank, Federal Reserve, doing to deal with it? What will its impact be globally, particularly in India? Since many of you may recall, many IT professionals lost their jobs during the 2008 financial crisis and committed suicide. Let's discuss this matter step by step. Silicon Valley Bank, headquartered in Santa Clara, California, has gone bankrupt. All 17 branches of the bank have been closed. All of the bank's assets have been seized by the US banking regulator. What is the significance of Silicon Valley Bank? Silicon Valley Bank has been the largest bank failure in the US since the 2008 crisis. As of December 31, 2022, its assets stood at $209 billion United States dollars. $1,743.4 billion United States dollars was deposited in its account. It was the 16th largest bank in the United States. According to reports, the Silicon Valley Bank has been providing banking services to more than 2,500 venture capital firms that invest in innovative companies. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, an American financial regulatory body, has announced that each customer of this bank is insured up to 2.5 lakh United States dollars, and those who have more than that amount as savings can contact the helpline. Within 2 days of Silicon Valley Bank's bankruptcy, New York-based Signature Bank collapsed. The bank has been taken over by the US Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. The bank had assets of $110.36 billion United States dollars and deposits of $88.59 billion United States dollars. What does the US Federal Reserve do? The US Department of the Treasury and banking regulators have jointly announced that all customers of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank will receive a full refund of their savings. The US Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation has temporarily created a new banking service for customers to handle their money. Signature Bank customers and borrowers will automatically become customers of the new bank, the organization said. The organization also announced that Silicon Valley Bank customers will be able to handle their accounts as usual from Monday. What caused the collapse of the 2 banks? Silicon Valley Bank, like other banks, is believed to have invested its reserves in bonds of the US Federal Reserve. As long as the Federal Reserve kept interest rates low, there was no problem. But the Silicon Valley Bank began to falter as the Federal Reserve raised interest rates to control inflation in the post-coronavirus economic environment. During this period, startups found it challenging to raise funds as customers withdrew more money from their savings accounts. Silicon Valley Bank was forced to sell its own investments to cover the high withdrawals from clients while the value of its investments was undervalued. In that way, the bank said that it had lost $1.8 billion on March 8 alone. Silicon Valley Bank's financial condition was in good shape until March 9, according to US government documents. However, on March 9 alone, investors and customers withdrew money to the tune of $42 billion United States dollars due to news that the bank was running at a loss, the report said. As of March 9, Silicon Valley Bank's financial position was minus $958 million, the report said. The measures taken by the bank to deal with this problem did not bear fruit. Silicon Valley Bank used to provide banking services to a large number of venture capital firms. Another bank that went bankrupt, Signature Bank, also served a large number of cryptocurrency companies. The similarity between the 2 bankrupt banks is that they were both focused on a particular sector. That became a big problem for those banks. Financial experts attribute the current situation to the fact that their entire business model is dependent on a particular sector, and the value of their investments has fallen as the Federal Reserve has raised interest rates. Will US bankruptcy affect India? A number of Indian startups were also linked to Silicon Valley Bank, one of the failed US banks. That is, those companies used to receive investments from the US through that bank. The bankruptcy of that bank worried Indian innovators. However, Union Minister of State for Electronics and Technology Rajiv Chandrasekhar has said that the problems surrounding Indian innovation companies have been removed due to the actions of the US government. He also mentioned on his Twitter page that companies should learn to innovate from this crisis to put more faith in the Indian banking structure.